All right, it's Elric time. Now, there are a bunch of videos for this guy already out there. So what I'm going to do is show you how to get the most out of this figure with a few little kit bashes that enhance this figure as it was intended. And also, we're going to kit bash my second one into a totally new character. And because I pre-ordered 2 of these direct from Savage Crucible, we have a bunch of blind bags to open. So let's get started. All right, let's set aside Elric number 2 for now. And we are going to... Actually, you know what? Let's open the blind bags first. That'll be fun. So we've got 4 weapons to open. Let's do one of the little ones first. This is such a great idea, by the way. It makes me super excited to get any Savage Crucible figure because there's a little surprise in every box. And we've got a beautiful, I don't know what to call this. Yeah, it's just a longsword, basically. Just a nice, simple sword. Very cool. Kind of has like a, it's very kind of Nordic. That's what it looks like. I don't know if the camera is picking it up that well, but the pommel and the guard have like a nice bit of blue to them that looks really good. Nice. So that is weapon number 1. Let's do a big one now. And oh, I think I know what this is. I was really hoping I would get one of these because like I'm seeing people post the ones they're getting, and by far this one, it was the most exciting to me. Yes. If you've watched any of my videos, I really like big swords. I'm a big Berserk fan, and I'm really glad to get one of these. This is huge. Look at this. Like, yeah, here's a Hilder. Look at that. This is taller than a gold Hilder. Looks awesome. I don't think, yeah, this doesn't look like one of the blacklight reflective ones. This is kind of like the standard one, but it is very cool. It's like there's almost like a cleaner or a more pristine blade hidden under this like crumbling outer layer. I'm not sure if there's any lore behind that or anything, but it is a very cool look. Very, very Souls-like. All right, let's do another little one. It's funny, I think this is the first time we've gotten blind bags in different sizes, so it's fun to kind of try to predict what's in each one. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, there's some text on here. What does it say? Take me up, cast me aside, or away, cast me away. Awesome. This is rad, man. I didn't mean for it to happen this way, but we might end up with yet another video where I upgrade like 3 or 4 figures just from these weapons. Ah, oh, that's so cool. All right. And we've still got one more. Let's... Ooh, this feels chunky. Let's see. Ooh, this is one of those axes I've been seeing, and it's like a fire one. That is awesome. Oh man. Yeah, there's definitely some figures that I could upgrade with this. Man, look at that. Like the lava detail. It's like an elementally charged axe or something. Like the red scales on there. These are like a massive, massive upgrade to the just like the translucent colored weapons we were getting. Like this is ridiculous that this is just like a little pack-in now with every Savage Crucible figure. It makes me want to get like 2 of everything. Smart business move on their part. All right, we got 2 cards to open. And I remember, oh, here we go. They actually had it a little tear. That's nice. So I ended up with 2 of the same one. That doesn't really bother me. I'm definitely going to sell these. I didn't keep my other Savage Crucible cards either. But it is very cool artwork. Looks like it's pretty focused on Stormbringer here. But a great pose, and I have no doubt the figure itself can get into this pose too. And we've got some lore back here, which is always nice. I'm sure a lot of people who picked up this figure are just learning about Elric of Melnibone. And yeah, I hope this gets people interested in reading the books. I certainly am now, and they are going on my Amazon wish list. But yeah, if you like collectible cards, these are quite cool. And if you really like them, let me know, especially if you don't have them, because I will sell them to you. And here's a fun new thing, or at least new to me, is these little loot blind bags. So these tend to have little treasures in them. So let's see what I got. Nice. We got a little amulet here. Very cool. Could have a figure wear this. I like the green. Yeah, I think I know who could wear this and have it look really cool. All right, time for the other one. This feels like another necklace. Ooh, nice. This is like a dragon tooth, or, you know, some kind of creature tooth, but there's a little bit of writing carved into it. That is very cool. Nice dark chain too. I like this a lot. I'm a little bummed I didn't get any of the coins or rubies or like bars that I've seen other people getting, but I do have Brynjar and Naraka on the way, so maybe I will get some from them. Still, very cool. That's 2 more accessories that could potentially upgrade figures in this video. All right, we're gonna skip the unboxing because this isn't a review and I wanna move things along. So we'll just get this guy and his clone out right now. Okay, here we are. So I have unboxed these guys. I went crazy on them with a hairdryer to make sure that none of the joints would stick, and they are looking incredible. I'm sorry I don't have a ruby throne for him to sit on, but I think I replicated that card pose pretty well. And yeah, man, like this, I can see why this guy is on people's figure of the year list. But we don't want to dwell on that too much because you probably already know how cool this figure is and want to know what I'm going to do to it. So one thing I want to do is, as you all know, I'm really big on making sure that characters can hold their helmets as well as put them on. Now, what is nice is that Savage Crucible thought of that a little bit, where you can actually pop this hair out, but we still need to get this head out of this helmet. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this in a very hot cup of water and peel it out. And I will try to actually show that on camera so people can see kind of what that process looks like and maybe not be as worried about trying that themselves. Because they may not be in the privileged position that I'm in where I've got an extra one in case I screw up. All right, we got a nice hot cup of water. So definitely, if you're gonna do this, get a mug that you don't plan on ever drinking out of again. Yeah, fill it up with water and then put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes. That usually seems to do the trick. So I'm actually gonna try and separate all 3 of these heads since they are all extras and see what we can come up with. Let's drop them in there. And we will wait maybe 30 seconds or so. And once you're ready, make sure you use a tool of some kind to get them out of the hot water because it's hot. And just off camera here, I've got a paper towel. It's my like paintbrush drying paper towel, so I'm going to use that to put the heads on. So here's head number 1. Now, while this is nice and floppy, let's see if we can pull this out. So you can see how this helmet is actually 2 pieces. So the trick is you kind of want to try and separate the glue. So I'm just gonna get in there with a hobby knife and see if I can. But yeah, that's kind of the basic idea. I'm gonna get this off camera so I can concentrate, but basically you just wanna keep working at it until you can pry it off. I'm gonna let that helmet heat up a little bit longer. This hair should probably be a lot easier. Oh yeah, that's peeling right off so far. Let's kind of get off the front there, then work our way backwards. See, it's already separating there. Whew. Blah. And just about. That last tear carefully, and look at that. Nice. Oh, this is like pretty much the exact same shape as the other heads. Oh, that's exciting. So we got these apart. All right, save the most important one for last. Oh, and it looks like this one's gonna be the easiest, maybe. Oh yeah, we can get right up in there. Let's see, where are we stuck? Sometimes you just get something up in there and kind of wedge through. Whew, all right, the helmet has been removed completely. I accidentally just sent the face flying somewhere, so I'll grab that in a sec, but just wanted to try this out still. So we have a helmet that he can hold, and can still pop the hair in. Magnificent. All right, that black helmet has given me a lot of trouble, but just wanted to show the 2 Elric heads. So this is the one that had the hair on it, and this is the one that had the helmet on it. And you can see that the keying system is a little bit different. This one is pretty similar to other Savage Crucible heads, which makes me think that maybe, yeah, look at that. Lines up almost perfectly. This is the only helmet that I have empty at the moment, but you could totally put like Krieger's helmet or like the Warrior with Ball and Chain helmet on this as well. I do have a hollowed out Warrior with Ball and Chain helmet, but like it's because I magnetized it for that Barbarian video. But you can still see how, like, damn, that looks pretty cool actually. Yeah, if this wasn't all hollowed out, then it would snap in perfectly. But yeah, that looks pretty good, right? And similarly, here is a Krieger head. Is this Krieger? Or no, this might be Warrior with Ball and Chain. They're pretty similar, but yeah, same keying system, which means that, yeah, not quite, well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty close. Yeah, you'd probably have to clean it up a little bit, but yeah, it kind of works. So yeah, other Savage Crucible heads might actually work with this hair. That's pretty neat. I wish I had, oh, actually, you know what? This is the yelling face I created for my Dovahkiin. So this is the Who Man head with a beard that I sculpted on there, and I modified it on the back a little bit. I bet that it still doesn't quite key into place, but you know, it's pretty cool. Like this hair could definitely be used for something. Man, this one really took some effort to get off, and unfortunately did not come off as cleanly as Savage Crucible heads usually do. So, oops. So you're not going to end up really like, at least for me, like, you know, it won't key in as easily with other heads, but it does fit. So like you could do, with a little cleaning up, you could do an Elric wearing this helmet, which is pretty cool. And you've also got this like inner piece, which is kind of cool, has a little bit of like Noob Saibot vibe. You could totally, let's see, can maybe like put one of these helmets on it. That doesn't really work. Or maybe hair. That could be cool. Yeah, that does not link up as easily. I think it's because there's some plastic from the helmet, so you can see that's kind of formed around where the key would be. So you'd have to cut some plastic off, but I don't know. You could probably do something cool with this, right? Like someone wearing like a cool mask and then their hair is coming out or something like that. So there's definitely potential. The other two were a lot easier. I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you absolutely have an idea of what you want to do with it. So I'm going to set that aside for now. But the cool thing is now my vanilla Elric has the helmeted head with removable hair and removable face, so he can hold his helmet. And I think that's really cool. I'm glad it was actually super easy to do that with this figure, because that was the only real modification I wanted to make to the like standard Elric, because I definitely wanted one that I could keep as is, but it was nice to be able to still add a little bit of variety, so I could take different kinds of photos with him. And hopefully those are what you are looking at right now, instead of me just sitting here holding the head, moving it back and forth like this, judging my ability to make videos. Let's just show that really quick. Yeah, that's cool. You could definitely see where the inspiration for the Targaryens came from with this guy. So yeah, he is awesome, and I am ready to basically just put him on the shelf. He is good to go. So it is time to figure out what to do with other Elric. Oh, also just the shield is incredible. I love it, and yeah, that's all I got. It's a very cool shield. All right, look at this guy. So this is him kind of stripped down in his like army builder form. And man, like, I gotta say, I might grab another one in the in-stock sale. This is crazy. I love how good this looks. This is such a great like Dark Knight base body. Some definite like Berserker armor vibes. In fact, I wonder if he can get into the pose. Let's see. Gotta get this hand reaching almost to the ground. Grab that sword, work that wrist joint a bit. Well, considering that the SH Figuarts needs a special pair of legs to get into this pose, that's pretty close. not bad at all. Could probably just, yeah, bring that leg forward a little bit more. Yeah, that is pretty good. Oh, I really, really like this. So the question is, what are we going to do with this guy? What character is he going to be? Is he even going to use this sword? I am not sure yet. I really, really like it. But I do have some other figures in my collection that also probably would really love that sword. So that is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to kind of play around with some parts and figure out how I want this guy to look. And I'm also going to grab some other figures to see if anyone benefits from all those blind bag weapons I got. So I will be back in a moment. So really quick, I saw someone on the Facebook group do this, but just in case you're not on there, one very easy thing to do with an extra Elric is just put the Shield of Dezera parts on there. Because that white with the black armor, whoo, that's really good. Especially if you like swap out the crotch piece, so you can plug the tail in, maybe do the white hands, the white feet. That would look awesome. So that is definitely an option. All right, turns out all it really took was a cool Dracula cape. I am super happy with this. So I took off the waist armor also, just to make sure the articulation was completely unhindered. And to tie it together, I added this red wired ribbon from, I think this was the Meditoys Panda Warrior. And I opted to switch him back to the hand with the red ring. And yeah, now we've got a really cool armored Dracula. I love this. He is looking very cool, very different from the default figure, without having to do too much. I had this cape laying around because I originally got it for my Operation Monster Force Dracula, but then Forge Knight went and made a really cool cloth goods set specifically for that figure. And yeah, then I just had this cape laying around. And it's really nice because it's huge, so you can kind of, do the cool like Dracula cape swoop. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, let's get him in a more straight up pose to make room for the other figures. Whoop. So let's get you right in the middle, and hopefully there is room for the other figures. And next, I found a home for one of the blind bag swords. My custom Dovahkiin must have stumbled into a cave, found a cool new weapon. I think this is a great replacement for the kind of more beaten up sword that he had before. And yeah, he looks really, really good with this. This like feels like it is made for him. I actually liked it so much I even got rid of the two-hander on his back because I felt like this sword could kind of serve the purpose of his one-handed and two-handed sword. Yeah. So let's get you in there. Tuck you in. Maybe over here. There we go. Nice. Next, this is one of my favorite Mythic Legions knights that I've made. It's the Green Armory Knight. He's got a cape from the Mezco Gotham by Gaslight Batman. And I threw some Savage Crucible horns on the helmet. And with that sword added, like, his color scheme is really nicely tied together. I just really like how he looks even more now. Before he had one of these swords, which did look really good too, but I think this looks even better. He's got a bit of like a kind of a paladin feel to him, and I feel like that sword definitely fits in with that theme. All right, let's tuck you in right there. Nice. He is unbothered by that other cape billowing in his face. Another weapon upgrade. So this albino Lemurian was already wearing the red armor, but he had kind of a boring weapon loadout. It was just like two of the standard Savage Crucible curved swords. So now he's got this really awesome shield and sword that tie into his color scheme. I found it really fitting that an albino Lemurian could borrow the extra Elric weapons. All right, let's get you over there. Come on, get more into the shot. There you go. Here, let's adjust that a bit because we got to make room for one more. And finally, we've got Viteris Rapax here. I actually just really, really like this figure in its standard form. So I actually ended up with 3 of these guys somehow. But yeah, I think this axe just kind of fits him perfectly. Like, there's a little bit of orange in the stripes on him, and you got the red and the scales. Like, it just feels like it was made for him. And I really, really like it. So, yeah, that was an easy one. Get you right there. Don't fall over. Yeah. All right. That is our lineup for this video. So this fantastic set of figures was upgraded all thanks to Elric of Melnibone. All right, let's get these guys into the case. So Elric will join our named fantasy Rosetta general cool old artwork tribute here. Nice. And then our awesome vampire knight here will go down in this villainous section. Scooch in there. Lower that cape a bit. All right. That looks very cool. I definitely want to do some rearranging here. We got to make room for some goblins coming in, and I don't know. Part of me wants this guy up higher, so we'll see. But Elric looks right at home with all these guys here, and we got Kublai Khan coming, and I'm sure many more in the future. I think I might try and get that that second run of Dark Wolf. All right, that's another one done. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.